Hi, I'm Walter Brown. This is my voting story.
Hi, my name is Ernestine Brown.
Hello everyone, I'm Charles Johnny Knight.
Hi, my name is Norsula Esdale and I'm the Social Justice Ministry Assistant Director here at Revision Church, and this is my voter story.
My first voting experience was exhilarating. I was happy to be voting. I was 18 years old and my people had just gone through a lot to get the Civil Rights bill passed, and so I was definitely at the poll to vote because so many of them have fought for us to have the right to vote.
My first voting experience, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little nerve-wracking when I was going into it. However, once I completed it, I felt more confident knowing that my vote, it made a change, it made a difference.
My first voting experience was back in 2016. I was a college student at the time and I was an expectant mom. And I just remember it was the Hillary versus Trump campaign back in 2016, and I was just so excited to go and cast my vote for the first female president. I remember standing in a long line at Georgia State, and I was giddy, I was nervous. I didn't know really what to expect, but I knew that I had a civic duty to carry out. I was being a part of something that was so much larger than myself, but I was also a critical part in that, and I was excited to see the outcome.
My first voting experience was when I first became voting age at 18, many eons ago, and I was really happy. I really was looking forward to being able to express my opinion in who I wanted as a candidate in office, and also for the various propositions that were out there to be able to vote, to have my voice be heard. I feel it's very important that I get my voice out on these various things.
This November when I head to the polls, my concerns are, or what I care about, is free choice. So I feel like we live in a society where everyone's trying to dictate what people should do and things like that, and I feel like we deserve free choice. We deserve the ability to make decisions based on how we feel. And the second one I have is I hope that black men, well, black people in general, could just live their lives and not be subject to police brutality.
So when I head to the polls this November, two issues that I'm going to be keeping in mind are female reproductive rights and gun laws.
When I head to the polls this November, my main concern is about democracy of this country and what's important to make sure that everyone still can retain the right and freedom that they currently have. And that's what's important in my mind. Yes, there's a lot of different issues that are going back and forth, but I think it all boils down to making sure that we, the people, continue to have the right to express our opinions and make sure that's not taken away from us.
This November when I go to the poll, what's important to me is freedom. I believe freedom is on the line here. I don't want my freedoms and choices taken away, and I don't want freedoms for the country taken away, because one person's freedoms taken away is going to impact all of us. And so I hope my vote will help because I'm voting for freedom. Democracy is on the line.
Voting is important to me because as a first-generation American, it's not something that my parents grew up with the right to do in their home countries, and it is a privilege and a right that I am just so honored to be able to exercise now. And so every election, I will show up and I will be there to vote.
Voting is important to me because of the fact that, first of all, people lay down their lives in this country so that I can have the right to vote. And as a black man in this country, I think it's important for us to express our opinions to the powers to be. And the only way we can do that is through our votes. There is power in voting, and it's very important that everyone, and I can't stress that enough, that everyone that's a voting age, they need to get out and vote their opinion. I mean, your opinion counts. If you don't vote, you're gonna get what's left over. You might get something that you don't want. So that's why voting is very, very important.
Voting is important to me because when I vote, I'm able to protect people and protect people's rights. And I feel like that's good for everyone to do because when you vote, you're protecting people's lives, including your own. And that's what God wants us to do.
Voting is important to me because I believe too many people died in the civil rights marches and to get us the right to vote, not to mention women's suffrage, even though some of us marched in that. We did not get the right to vote until the Civil Rights Bill was passed. So it's really important to me, and I encourage everybody to get out and vote, because even though you think you have no power because of the Electoral College, those points are given because of your vote. So if the majority of the people will vote that certain way, then the Electoral College moves that way. It's like moving the hand of the needle.
The presidential elections are coming up, and that means it's time for you to step into your power as a voter. Your vote is not just a mark on a ballot. It's an opportunity to shape the future of your community and country. Your voice matters, whether you're passionate about education, healthcare, or the environment. This November, you have the power to make your voice heard this upcoming election.